guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Now, today's reading is the monthly reading for the month of February 2021. I'm sorry, I know I'm a few days late on this, but I want to go ahead and get these out so that I can start working on the love reading for the middle of February. So be looking out for those, and I'm going to try to do something a little bit different, a little bit special with those for the Valentine month. But this, this general reading, it really depends, obviously as a general reading, the messages may or may not resonate with you. And sometimes the messages that come through are more heavily weighted towards, career or finance. It really depends. So, if you wanted a personal reading, you would need to reach out and get a private reading from me. If you're interested, all of the information can be found in the description box below this video. I'd also invite you to join up with me on TikTok if you're on there. I'm at Changing Phases Tarot. And just a big thank you to each and every one of you, subscribers, people who just found me today. Thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing. I really, really do appreciate it, and it means a lot to me. So I will stop for now, and I will see each of the signs in a second for the reading. Hi Leo, hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your reading. I have shuffled off camera, but I will give the deck a few more shuffles here. What are the messages for Leo for the month of February 2021? What does Leo need to know? What are the messages for Leo? Take those there. Messages for Leo for the month of February. Okay. Okay, so we have at the center of your spread, the cards that came out. Wow. You have the Tower. So Major Arcana number 16, the Tower, crossed by the 10 of Cups. Okay, so yeah, major shakeup, some very unexpected event happening for you. But ultimately, what could help or hinder is the 10 of Cups, which is the, the happily ever after card. So don't worry, we'll get into this in 1 second. All right, foundation. You have Major Arcana number 9, the Hermit. In the recent past, Major Arcana number 8, Strength. Crowning you, you have the 7 of Wands. In the near future, the 5 of Cups. And this card has been coming out for, I think it's come out for nearly every sign so far this month. You appear as the Knight of Wands. Surrounding you in your environment, the 5 of Pentacles. Hopes and fears, the Ace of Swords. And the outbound energy, the 2 of Swords. And I will clarify. Actually, let me pull one more here. 7 of Pentacles. Okay, and bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, and the Page of Wands. So, yeah, there's, with the 9 of Swords is your overall energy. I mean, this is oftentimes referred to as the nightmare card. It's, having those repetitive thoughts just going round and around in your mind at nighttime, keeping you up at night. But, with both of these together, plus the Page of Wands, Page is bringing news about new things, new job, new relationship, new projects. And there's a closing out of a cycle, and it looks like a particularly difficult cycle with this 9 and 10 of wands showing up. Swords, not wands, excuse me. 9 of swords and 10 of swords. 10 of swords is like, in this deck, it's portrayed differently. Many times it shows somebody, on the floor, 10 swords in their back, representing, betrayal, just stabbed in the back. It's like the lowest point of a particular situation. But as we know with, tens in the tarot, they are endings of cycles. And it's interesting because, you have like the 9, the 10, and then in your hopes and fears, after this ending, you're hoping for a new beginning. So you're hoping for this brand new start, this epiphany, this clarity of mind. That's what you have in your hopes and fears. So let's have a look at, let me go ahead and clarify. Let's clarify this 9 of swords to start off with. Spirit, what is the 9 of swords for Leo? Please clarify the 9 of swords for Leo. What is the 9 of swords? All right, we have the High Priestess, the Magician, and the Ace of Cups. This is a lot of intuition. The High Priestess showing up, she's highly intuitive, tapping into that hidden knowledge. She sits between our realm, the physical realm, and the spiritual realm, and she is kind of the gatekeeper with, all of this knowledge, spiritual knowledge to impart, but we have to tap into our intuition in order to tap into this knowledge. Magician is all about, he's like the ace of aces, he's sort of all 4 aces rolled into one. Definitely new beginnings, great success with these new beginnings, brand new cycles, manifesting new beginnings. So it's not just, wishing for something brand new, it's actually manifesting that and bringing it into reality. And he has everything he needs to do that. And then new beginnings with the Ace of Cups. Aces are blessings, right? They are new cycles starting up. With it being cups, this could be a new relationship. It could be, if it's in the area of work or, projects, creative endeavors, it's something that brings you great happiness, okay? Let's do the 5 of Cups, and then I'll do the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so please clarify the 5 of Cups for Leo. What is the 5 of Cups? Please clarify the 5 of Cups for Leo for the month of February. Okay, that one wanted to there you go. Ace of Swords. So that's a repeater card. 8 of Swords. Please clarify the 5 of Cups. And you have the 10 of Swords again. Yeah, so there's some type of, with this coming on the 5 of Cups, and I will go through the whole reading here, but the 5 of Cups is about disappointment, right? And it's like you have the new beginning together with the ending of this difficult cycle. You have, where are we with the 10? Oh, right here. Sorry, I had it covered up. There we go. We have the, the Ten of Swords with the new beginning. We have the Ten of Swords and the new beginning. So it's like this, it seems like a sort of theme here going on for you. There's disappointment surrounding whatever this difficult, cycle has been. And I'm not saying it wasn't. I mean, the Ten of Swords is terrible. It's a really difficult time to go through. It is swords energy, air energy. So it has to do with the mind. It's the suit of, our intellect. It's also communication, how we get those thoughts across to other people. But, a very difficult, mentally challenging cycle, which has left you feeling blue, feeling depressed, feeling down about things, right? We have this disappointment card with the Five of Cups. Let me go ahead and do the Five of Pentacles, and then we'll get started. The Spirit, please clarify the Five of Pentacles. Okay. That flipped. That's another repeater card. What is up with all the repeater cards here? Yeah, that flipped. I saw that. We have a Seven of Cups repeater card as well. And Queen. Okay, we'll just leave it at that because they all sort of flipped over together. So again, this Ten of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, and Queen of Pentacles here. So, and it's clarifying the Five of Pentacles. So fives in the tarot, they, they're challenging energy because they represent a lack. In the case of the Five of Cups, it's like a lack of something. Something didn't work out. That's, brought about this disappointment. Five of Pentacles, since it's earth energy, it's a more tangible lack. So feeling as though, you don't have enough financially speaking. So money being difficult. This could, there could have been a loss in income, revenue, right? A loss of a job, feeling left out in the cold. But the message of this card is also that there's always help. This card, obviously, she's pictured alone, but it's interesting. You see that there's the lock on this door. The door looks immense, right? But the lock is down very low. So, and the door looks very large in comparison to this woman. So it's almost like, whatever this financial hardship is or difficulty, it looks so huge and just she can't figure out how to get herself out of it. But there's a key right there. So there is a way out. She can just unlock this, go out, ask for help. And that's one of the messages of the Five of Pentacles is, there is help available. So don't be afraid to go for help. It could be with an earth sign individual with this Queen of Discs showing up. Seven of Discs is about, there's some type of having reached sort of a milestone. You're not at the Ten of Pentacles. You're trying to figure out how to get there. Do I need to do anything differently? Do I need to partner up with anybody? So it's, again, there's this message for asking for help, looking for help. And then you have the repeater card of the Ten of Cups, which is the happily ever after card. So possibly, a Queen of Pentacles help coming in to help. There could be some type of business opportunity or, job opportunity through this this Queen of Discs, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. And typically she would be an older earth sign individual. She's like the earth mother. So she's very, she's very good at caring for those around her. She cares for her children, pets. She's very financially stable, abundant. So there could be something to do with this Queen of Pentacles. But now let's get into the reading. I know I did a lot of clarifying there, but I felt like it was necessary. So the Tower at the center of your spread. A lot of times people get worried when they see the Tower come out in a reading because, they assume that it's just negative. In this deck, it shows it a bit differently, and I actually really like how it's depicted in this deck. I'll hold it up. I'm not sure if you can see it properly, but it's like a tree stump there and a lightning bolt coming down and striking it, right? And it's sort of setting it on fire. But out of the fire, you see all the butterflies. It's like the fire is being turned into butterflies. There's transformation here. And so there is this huge change. And if we think about what the Tower is, it's basically a card of abrupt change coming in. And, it's up to us how we deal with that and how we adapt and how we react to that change. So, if you sort of look at it as being just, terrible, and look at it from a very sort of negative, pessimistic viewpoint, then it could end up being that. But if you view it as something that's, it's positive, bringing in change, different things for me, then it has this renewal, this sort of rising from the ashes, changing your life around type of energy attached to it. And it's helped or hindered, so helped by the 10 of Cups, which is the ultimate in happiness, in, emotional in fulfillment and enjoyment. The 10 of Cups, we know that 10s are endings, culmination. So think of, what began with the Ace of Cups, that holy grail, the offer of love, grew to the 2 of Cups, the partnership, the soulmate card. Now they've gone all the way to the 10. They have a family. So, what could help it could possibly be family. This Queen of Discs might be somebody in your family who's coming in to help you. But we'll see how it all ties together here. You do have also quite a few major arcanas. I'm just looking. So we have 1, 2, 3 major arcanas. Okay. Yeah, I thought there were more. That's fine. It's still 3 major arcanas. We know that with the major arcanas, those are sort of energies that, it's the universe kind of stepping in, right? And putting things on, to appear in our path, or people, things kind of more out of our control. When we have more minor arcana showing up, we can see that there are things that are more in our control that, we can sort of change, or, change the course of during this time period, during the month. But deep past, the Hermit, this is major arcana number 9, and very spiritual energy, right? The Hermit is that, sage that goes off into to be alone. You can see that here she's up in the, in the mountains to seek that spiritual guidance. And it's about retreating. It's about taking time out, to figure things out, to, you could be trying to kind of clear your mind. It's about meditation. It's about soul searching, and finding that inner voice, finding that guide that comes from within, right? And over here, I mentioned the High Priestess, about tapping into that hidden knowledge. You could have been doing this, right? You could have been on this spiritual kind of quest, or, gone through a spiritual awakening, especially with the Tower at the center. That could represent a huge spiritual awakening, which, for those of you who have been through one, they're not easy, right? I think that many people sort of think of, or not many, some people, let's say, think of a spiritual awakening as being this very, serene type of event. And oftentimes it's not, right? Oftentimes our spiritual awakening is sort of ignited by a very traumatic event, something major, a huge sort of shakeup coming in, and that triggers a spiritual awakening. So it's not always easy. So finding that inner wisdom, and listening to that inner voice. Strength card showing up in the near past could be dealing with the sign. It's your sign. It's Leo. Sorry, Leo. So this could just be you, in the recent past, showing up very much in your element here, right? The Hermit, I don't think I mentioned the Hermit, but this could be the sign of Virgo, so earth energy here. And we have the Queen of Discs over here. So could also be dealing with a Virgo. But the Strength card is about having that inner strength and determination, right? And drive, ambition. It's also about kind of standing or facing your own fears, right? We can see that she's sort of part lion. We have the little lamb there. It's about facing your own fears, right? Also this kind of duality represented there. So you might have been dealing with some sort of inner issues. I won't say inner demons, but inner, just issues that you had to work through yourself, facing some of those personal fears of your own. And crowning you, the Seven of Wands, this is you defending yourself, right? It's a card that speaks of needing to stand up, sort of, stand up for what you believe in, defend yourself. You can see that all of these wands are pointing at her. But again, this very spiritual message coming through here, right? Look how peaceful she looks. And there's this light coming, right from sort of the heart here. And she's just in this meditative pose. She's very serene, even though she has these wands pointing at her. And she, might be defending her position. Like with the Seven of Wands, it can show up when, if you're contemplating a career move or, change, or you're doing something that you're giving up a 9-to-5 job to start up your own business. And people could, maybe people from your family or friends could say, well, that's crazy. How are you going to survive? And how are you going to, do it without having that 9-to-5 money? Which could also explain, you've been up at night, the Five of Pentacles over here, how others are viewing you. They could be viewing you as, maybe you won't have as much money as you have had in this previous job. But it's defending yourself and saying, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I feel is right, and moving forward with it. We've already talked about this Five of Cups in the near future, so some type of disappointment. But I feel that this disappointment, it could have to do with like maybe a job, or like starting up your own business or something like that didn't work out. And you're just dwelling in the past. And so the message here is to get out of that mindset, right? Get out of this disappointment. Don't allow yourself to kind of go down, the rabbit hole of wallowing in all the things that didn't go right. Okay, things didn't work out, but endings of cycles, new things coming in here, right? That's what you're hoping for. And let me move these over here just so that I can see better. You appear here as the Knight of Wands. So again, very much your energy, right? Fire energy. And, you are taking on the energy of this Knight of Wands. And this is a very dynamic, sort of go-get-'em type energy. This knight, usually knights in the tarot, they go off on quests. They bring back, offerings and gifts. And this could be the offer of a new job. This could be the offer of a new project, a new business venture. And it's one that's very exciting, right? Wands has to do with the work that we do. It's projects, it's business ventures. It's also our own drive and passion and ambition for doing those things. So something new. If this has to do with, a relationship, it's one that is very exciting. You feel very excited about, but there's, you are looking quite unstoppable here. You're feeling very good about it. Once you kind of get out of this Five of Cups energy, right? Even though there is this lingering, how people might be seeing you, worried about your finances here, but we've already talked about this Five of Pentacles. Now, hopes and fears, Ace of Swords. This is that, aha moment. It's the epiphany. It's finally, you're hoping for everything to make sense, for getting that piece of information or news that is going to either, give you the answer that you want, or it's going to allow you to make a decision. We have that coming up here, right? So you're hoping for that. You're hoping for the clarity of mind. Also, it's a brand new cycle. It's a brand new beginning. It's a card of victory as well. So you're hoping for victory. You're hoping for whatever this new cycle is. You're hoping for it to work out for you. And then the two cards that we have here, the Two of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles, yeah, you're conflicted here, right? This Two of Swords actually makes me think more of the Eight of Swords, which did show up here for you, right? You had the Ace of Swords, Eight of Swords, and Ten of Swords. Because usually the Eight of Swords has a woman and she's like tied up, she's blindfolded, she's stuck behind, usually there's like swords in the ground, but she could get out of the situation. So it's like this mental, thinking that you're incapable of getting out of a situation or not seeing a way out, feeling trapped, feeling stuck. And I get that from this Two of Swords, which usually is, it's a card about decisions. So needing to make a decision, but feeling as though you don't have all of the information you need, you're incapable of making that decision for whatever reason. And it could have to do with how do you move forward, with the Seven of Pentacles coming out with it here. This is a card, like I was saying, it has to do with kind of evaluating what you've done, right? Look, he's obviously planted a seed, he's watered it, he's taken care of it. Now there's growth. He's, it's not just a little, a little seed anymore. We have a tree growing. So he's obviously doing well. But how does he get to the Ten of Pentacles? So does he need to continue down the same path? Does he need to do something different? Does he need to go for a new job? Does he need to partner up with people? What is it that's going to take him to the Ten of Pentacles? So that could have to do with, this indecision could have to do with that, right? Whether you should stay at a place, go to a new one, work with somebody else, start your own business. It's a decision to be made. But again, the guidance is rely upon your intuition. That's what's going to meditate, rely on your intuition, and have faith in yourself, have confidence, defend yourself, have confidence in, or that you are taking the right path, that you're making the right decision here, is the main sort of message coming through. Let's go ahead and take an oracle card just to see what other messages come out for you, Leo. So one additional message for Leo. What does Leo need to know? One additional message for the sign of Leo. What does Leo need to know? One message for Leo for the month of February. Okay, that one wanted to come out. We'll take it. It says, joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. And let me read you the full description. It says, you do not need to suffer to grow. You can grow leaps and bounds through joy. True happiness comes from following the dictates of your soul. Do what gives you joy, celebrate and have fun. Stop and embrace life, yourself, and others. Say yes. Take steps today to expand your joy. You don't need to do it all at once, but you do need to start. Your purpose in life is to experience joy. Allow joy and ecstasy to flow through you wildly and freely. Share your love. Happiness spreads to others like wildfire and can help heal the world. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know. The Sacred Traveler knows that it's not just about reaching the destination, it's about the joy of the journey. The traveler stops periodically to savor the simple pleasures of the voyage. If you don't follow your bliss now, when will you? If you've been waiting until circumstances are different before you experience true happiness, you may have a long wait. It's simple. When you focus on the areas of your life that bring you joy, these areas will prosper. One of the fastest paths to happiness is through sharing and giving. So give of your heart and follow your bliss. Joy is your spiritual birthright. And I think that's so interesting, this line where it says, if you don't follow your bliss now, when will you? If you've been waiting until circumstances are different, right, you may have a long wait. And that's kind of like the message here with the Tower and the Ten of Cups. It's like, what is it that brings you true joy? What is that, your ultimate happiness, happily ever after? Because unless something drastic happens to change, I often give the example of, you've been working at a company that you just can't stand working at, but you stay there because the money's decent, you're used to working there, it's close to home, but you're not really happy. right? And then out of nowhere, the company, calls you in and says, I'm sorry, we're going to have to let you go. The times are difficult right now. And yes, it's a huge shock, right? And you might be like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do now? But ultimately, it's opening up a brand new path for you. So you can leave there and go after what is really going to bring you true joy and happiness. But if they hadn't have done that, if that hadn't have happened, you might not have embarked upon this, 10 of Cups journey. So it's all about tapping into spirituality, remaining positive, right? Don't allowing yourself to get down into this 5 of Cups energy, and and just know that you're doing the right thing. Okay, you are on the right path. So if you needed a sort of anything to reaffirm that, you have that here. Okay. All right, so I do hope that the messages have helped. I thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful month. Bye for now.